Welcome everyone to the New Fly Fisher. Today we finish our brook trout adventure on the Nipigon River. We'll discuss all aspects of taking these hard-fighting fish, including equipment, setup, flies, and presentation. It's going to be a great show, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, baby, look at that fish.
Another fine, beautiful steelhead taken.
This is a good example of family heptagenated. This is why you need a lot of backing.
On today's show, the New Fly Fisher crew is in Ontario's beautiful North Country in the town of Nipigon. Nipigon is located at the most northern tip of Lake Superior and on the west side of the mouth of the Nipigon River. Nipigon is the ideal setting off point for fishing excursions onto Lake Superior and the Nipigon River system leading up to Lake Nipigon. Fish varieties common to this area include lake trout, speckled trout, rainbow trout, walleye, northern pike, and perch. Joining me today is brook trout enthusiast Randy Beamish. Randy has fished these waters for many years, and I'm sure with his help, it's going to be a successful trip. The world record brook trout was caught at Virgin Falls on the Nipigon River by Dr. J.W. Cook in 1916. This brute of a fish weighed an incredible 14.5 pounds, and a full-size replica can be seen at the Nipigon Historic Museum in the town of Nipigon. Sadly, due to a tragic fire, all that is left of the original mound is a charred board with some of the original skin.
Oh, fish on. First cast in this area that Randy just brought us. We got a seam here from slow water to fast. And a first drift come by, all I did was nothing. And brought it around, and this fish just wham. There's no doubt about when you get the hit. So I gotta put the boots to this fish and try to get him away from over there, because we must fight it behind us.
Yeah, we got some serious white water behind us here. We're just gonna keep them out because there's some reefs and that behind us here we gotta really watch.
Man, there was no doubt about that. This is exciting like you wouldn't believe. Kaboom! Whoa! No doubt about the hits. And he wants to run. And now I'm gonna see if I can get him away from going that way. There we go. Randy's is expert at this. He's actually leading this fish with the boat. And I'm more or less walking the dog. If he wants some line, I gotta let him have it. Now he's got into the heavy water over there. I'm not gonna be able to get him away from it, I don't think.
We're gonna end up going downstream with him,
Yeah.
so just be careful.
Yep.
We're just gonna slowly...
Excellent, excellent, Randy. You weren't kidding when you said this is an incredible fishery. Needs protecting, that's definite. Oh. Incredibly strong fish. I love brook trout. I just love brook trout. Oh. He's running on me, and we're getting close to my backing, so we're gonna have to chase him. Go downstream with him. Oh, he stopped. So as long as he stops, I wind in. If he starts pulling again, I let him go. Get that butt section into my belly here. Beautiful. Oh, and he let go. He hit something. I felt him hit something. We'll try that again. Well, we better sit down. We're getting into some white water here, so I'll get the cameraman to turn off so we don't fall in.
The setup that we're using today is a floating line to a 15-foot Type 3 sinking leader. Attached to the sinking leader is 4 feet of 12-pound monofilament, and attached to this is the fly. In order to get the fly near the bottom fast, we also attached a single split shot just above the fly.
As far as technique goes, it is a lot of do nothing because of the current. Now, that shouldn't belie the difficulty in the casting and, you know, using the heavy sink tips, but it is a very much get the fly out there, get it in the current, and let the current present it to the fish. And that's where the do nothing part comes in. The angler has to be able to present it, cast it, and get that heavy sink tip and heavy fly out there, and pick the seams where the fish sit. And from that point on, it is a do nothing where the current will grab your line, do like a large wet fly swing, and hang on.
He's running at me. Son of a gun, he's running at me. Oh! Wind in, wind in, wind in. Ooh. So it's not always a real arm-wrenching hit, but this guy's staying down also, and he should be coming up soon. Oh man, I just love it here. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, it's a good fish.
It's a tagged fish too.
It's tag fish.
Yeah.
Another tag fish, so there you go. That's 2 tag fish we've got, which shows you the importance of catch and release. Okay, he's staying down big time. Come on up, buddy, come on up.
We'll just slowly work them over into this slower water.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Okay, he wants to come around this side. We're gonna let him. The fish will dictate where he wants to go, actually. Oh, it's a good fish. Oh man, how can you not like catching big brookies like this? Oh. Come on, guy. Gotta be getting tired now. Oh, and it's a good one.
Yeah, nice fish.
It's a good fish. Oh, yeah.
That's one I tagged the other day. Good hook stat. He's not going to get off. Oh, man, he's hooked good.
That's good, eh?
Get some material, too.
Another fine Nipigon brook trout. Absolutely spectacular. You must come to this part of the country for the brook trout. As you can see, there's no small fish. Let's let this guy go. Oh, and he's ready to go right away. That's wonderful. Oh man, you gotta love it. Just gotta love it. Now when you're casting a sink tip, you just can't pick it up and cast it. You gotta bring it in somewhat, get the sink tip almost to the tip of the rod, and then you do the nice oval cast, outside, over, and away it goes.
The best time of year really depends on what species you're after. If you're looking for speckled trout, we have good speckled trout fishing in May and June, and even into the first part of July. We also have coasters, which are just another strain of speckled trout, and they live in Lake Superior for most of the year, but they do spawn in the fall. And so the big fish start coming in mid-August. The season lasts till about the first week of September, but very, very excellent fish, really colorful, large in size. We also have rainbow trout or steelhead, depends who you're talking to, what you call them. But we have a number of rivers and creeks that the rainbow come up, and we have good runs in the spring. And on the Nipigon River itself, there's a good run in the fall. In mid-August, we start to see the salmon, and the salmon will come up in droves, pretty much, leaping and jumping, and they're good until about the first week of November. The best time for salmon, the first 10 days in September, just after the speckled trout have closed. So if you come up and you want to spend a couple of weeks, you can go after the specks, catch yourself a couple of trophies, and then spend some time chasing the salmon.
Big head shakes. Oh God, yes. I just landed that last fish, and we just come right back up into the same area that we're in. There's a bit of turbulence here, and it must be a rock underneath where the fish was laying. So I think that's where I picked that fish up. This one feels like it's got some more shoulders to it. It's got huge head shakes right now. I don't think this is as fat a fish. He's as long probably, but looks to be a little thinner. Okay, yes. Excellent, just excellent.
Tagged fish,
Another tag fish?
old tag last year's.
Very good.
Now you can see the algae growing on the tag there.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Oh, that's it. That'll be an interesting fish. That's one of last year's, so 3635. That's an older fish, so beautiful fish. And 3/4, so almost 21 inch. It's a little lighter fish, not, you know, really respectable brook trout.
But 20 3/4 inch brook trout is, in my books, a really nice brook trout.
Yeah.
And that looks to be about the average fish we're getting.
Yeah, that's a nice average fish, probably, you know, a 3 pound, 3.5. It's got a little spot on him there, but a really nice specimen, very healthy. Tagged from last year.
So that again proves catch and release works.
Yeah, that's the one I tagged last year at some point. So.
Oh, that's great. And that looks like a male too.
Yeah, it is. It's.
As you can tell on the mouth. If you look at the mouth, we're not going to look at the mouth right now.
No,
away you go.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh man, just gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now let's talk a little bit about the flies we use today. Now the fish here are meat eaters, so we needed to go with streamers. The two hot flies that we discovered were, first one of Randy's own ties here, and it's called Beamer Streamer, and it's quite a heavy fly made with a bunny leech pattern and some chartreuse. Putting eyes on, very important. And it took my first fish that I actually lost. It was a huge fish. And then it seemed to go dead. So I decided to try a pattern that a friend of mine, John Ponsford, developed. And it's just made with angel hair, and he just made them the same color as a smelt would be. And it has a sleeker profile than the heavier bunny leech. And it seemed to be the fly that done the trick today. And I'm telling you, John, you did a real good job here. The fly was excellent.
The Nipigon River water level is controlled by power dams and can change dramatically in a matter of minutes. Great care must be used when navigating these waters. These two scenes were shot approximately 1 hour apart, showing the dramatic increase in water level. Fortunately, this does not affect the feeding patterns of the brook trout. The equipment needed for the Nipigon River are 8-weight rods due to the size of the fish and the heavy current of the river. Also, large arbor reels are needed for quick pickup of your line, as brook trout have a habit of running directly at you when first hooked.
When you're thinking about booking, you have to think of our busy seasons and our slow seasons. If you're coming after the brook trout and there's just a short window, and that happens in the springtime and again in the fall, so we need some time because there's a lot of pressure for it, a lot of interest in it. So give us 4 or 5 months if you can. But don't be shy about phoning or contacting us by email just to see if, in fact, we've got an opening that perhaps somebody's canceled or perhaps it just isn't booked up yet.
And swam with it for a minute and then turned. All right! Oh, and it's running at me again. Oh, they're famous for that. Thank God for large arbor reels. Oh, there's a rock there. Get away from that rock. Whoa, yeah. Had to raise up my rod tip because there's a rock there I can see. Oh, and Randy's hung up on the bottom, so gonna have to be ginger about this. Oh man, strong fish. He's got under the boat. I gotta watch this. Come on up. He's getting near the top. It's a good fish. This is a really good fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This side. It's a good fish. This is a very good fish. Trying to get it some control here. I'm off the front of the boat. I need to get it to the back for Randy. Oh man, my arm's actually getting tired on this one. Now Randy is telling me that these fish turn off and on like a clock. Come on over there, get her in the boat, in there. And we got her, all right. And that's a good fish.
Yeah, very good fish.
There's another one I'm gonna want a still with, please.
Yeah, see how the algae gets growing around it, and some people catch them and don't even realize they're tagged, so. Ooh, that's a big boy. 22 1/4.
All right.
We could, yeah.
Now, another fine example of a brook trout in the Nipigon area. I want to thank the town of Red Rock and Nipigon for having us up here. This is absolutely spectacular fishing. Make sure you put it on your next fishing trip. It's just a wonderful, wonderful industry here. And we'll see. And away he goes. Gotta love it. Oh man, that water is cold. That's very, very cold water. Oh yeah.
The slot limit here is 22 inches, and you're allowed one in the Lake Nipigon and the Nipigon River and in Lake Superior. Any average fisherman coming into this area right now, you catch them between 2 and 3 pounds. Quite, you know, there's no problem there. The bigger ones are a little bit tougher. The like 5 pound, you can still catch 5 and 6 pounders in here, and even up to 8.
A select number of anglers have been trained and equipped with tagging guns to implant a small, numbered tag behind the dorsal fin in any brook trout that they catch and can safely return. Upon release, the number is recorded, fish measured for length and girth, with weight if possible without stressing the fish. Additional information such as location, date, and fish health is also recorded. Other anglers subsequently catching a tag fish are asked to record the tag number and the length of the fish and forward the information onto the MNR. The information is compiled and used to assist in brook trout management. The most effective fly that we used today was called Ponsford Smelt. Here are the materials that you need for this fly. The hook is a Mustad R52S in size 8. The thread is 6/0 black. The body is charcoal over white polar fibers. The topping is olive polar fibers. The lateral line, a few strands of glisten glow in mother of pearl color. And the eyes are prism molded eyes. Tying instructions for this fly can be found on our website.
What I tend to look for is areas no different than small streams. You look for funnels, you look for channels, seams, anywhere that a fish would sit and be able to not exert a lot of energy fighting current, but at the same time the current would still deliver the bait fish or forage to them, like ambush sites, large boulders. I like to call them berms, side hills, riprap. There's a lot of that, and that's what I look for. And I just tear the river down. The Nipigon's a very large river, but I look at it as a creek, a small creek, and where you would find brook trout in a creek.
I'm pretty sure I got a good hook set. No, but there he goes again. There he goes again. Get that in my belly.
Is he running?
Yeah, he's shaking his head real good. This feels like a really decent fish.
I'm gonna put the boat in neutral.
Okay.
And that way you can gain on. We're in a good position here.
Let's bring her over this side.
We got him whipped. We're in the pond here. So.
Yep, he's running towards me now. Real. He's coming right at me. Oh, here he comes. This is another very, very good fish. See him? He's coming up now. He's got that smelt in the side of his mouth. Okay, we're getting ready to net him. Here he comes to the net. Ready? There we go. Oh, missed him. And to the net we got him. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Beautiful fish. That's one of them little porky guys I was telling you about with lots of mass to them. Now this fish hasn't been tagged, and I'm gonna install a floy tag in him with a number, and take a quick scale sample and a fin plug out of him. So we'll do that, and he'll be recorded and on the list for future reference if anyone else catches them. Very nice fish. It's hard to tell, he's not straight, but he's probably about 19 and a half, 19 and 3/4 inch.
Not quite as big as the other one, but man, oh man, just an incredible fight. When you get them in this current, they know exactly what to do, so you got to use all your skill that you have. Just a wonderful fishery.
Now this is a female specimen, and part of the way you can tell that is the more like rounder head. Very nice specimen. Probably 4-pound range, 4.5. It's got lots of mass to it. And you can also see how they're camouflaged when they sit on the bottom. Those lines and that protect them from the predators like cormorants and the other birds of prey that hang around here. We're just going to put a tag, an ONMR tag in them.
Now this does not hurt the fish.
No, you can watch when I do it. You stick it into the bones in the dorsal fin, and the fish doesn't even react. He's tagged. Now that fish didn't kick. We're going to take a little scale sample off him. And this is done for aging. You just scrape a few off. Now brook trout, some of the viewers are probably going to say, well, brook trout don't have scales. They in fact do. They're very microscopic. They look at those under a microscope, count the rings, and they can tell the age of the fish. And then I'm just going to mark him, take a little fin plug out of his back here. And this will grow back in. And he didn't kick or move or do anything, so, you know.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, and come to the Nipigon and Red Rock area for their fabulous brook trout. For more information on today's show and other shows we have, visit us on the web at www.thenewflyfisher.com. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Wonderful.